Today we're going to talk about how to properly cite your sources when you are either writing a paper or you're doing something like what we are, which is writing a research project. What I'd like you to do is take notes as we go. The paper that you have in front of you is an example of what I should get on Google Drive from you and your group. Remember that my expectation is that you are going to use multiple sources of information. You can use any of the articles I've given you. I also expect you to do your own research. I showed you how to use ABC Clio. I also showed you how to use the other sources through the library, or you can find your own sources another way. But you do need to turn in a page where you cite all the sources of information that you're going to use to support your viewpoint in your project. You'll notice here the third bullet point says, keep in mind that EasyBib did most of the work for you. I'm going to show you how to use something called EasyBib today that'll make creating a works cited page super easy, and it's one of the easiest things you could possibly do. It's a really great way to cite your sources and actually have to do a lot less work. So the first thing you need to keep in mind when it comes to works cited page is that you do need to have a page number that is up in the right hand corner with the last name. Obviously, I don't want you to put all of your last names there, just a last name of one of the people in your group is fine, and then you'll use the page number tab. You also need to have a title that's plain, not italicized, or underlined just as works cited. Please make sure that this works cited page is its own page. It's not connected to anything else. The next thing I'd like you to remember is that when you put your sources in alphabetical order, that the sources are put into what's called a hanging indent, and I will show you how to do that in a few minutes. But it means that the second line will be indented. Usually, when you write a paragraph, the first sentence is indented, but it's the opposite for a works cited page. You can use the tab key to do this. Again, I'll show you how to do that later. Another thing that you want to keep in mind is when you have titles in a works cited page, they are in quotation marks, and you put a period at the very end. You don't need to italicize them. Also, you need to list your sources alphabetically, last name, first name. Use EasyBib to help you with this. Again, I'm just going through what this should look like on a piece of paper. If you use EasyBib, it's going to do all this for you. It's going to make it really easy for you to format this correctly. Include page numbers if you're using something out of a book. Use a dash to indicate the start and end section that you've used. And if we do have multiple authors, for example, one of the articles I gave you, I believe it's a salmon colored article, has, I believe, 2 or 3 authors to it. So you would have to put all the names of the authors who wrote that, and you would go in alphabetical order. I'm sorry, you would go in the order of the authors that are listed. So, for example, in this example, it says Milken Michael. He was the very first author listed, so he's who you would put first. However, after you put the first author, the other names are just simply. One thing that I'd like you to keep in mind is that in your works cited page, you only need to use sources that you actually used. As I was grading the paragraphs that you turned in last week, many of you did cite your sources, but there were also many people who didn't, and you need to cite where you get your information from. That's really important. So in your presentation, when you provide a quote, if you give a piece of evidence, you need to state where that's from, and that should be something that I'll be able to look at on. All right, so here is what I need you to do. On the bottom of the page, I need you to jot down just something you're going to remember about your works cited page. You're going to collaborate with your group on this later to make sure that your works cited is appropriate and it does have the sources that you need to have. Also, please remember that your works cited page is due before your group gives the presentation. So that's either going to be Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, whatever day that is. If you do have questions about how to do a works cited page, please see me and I can help you. But right now I'm going to show you exactly how to set this up as a Word document. So I'm going to pull up the notes that you have, and I just want to go over a few things, and I'm going to highlight some things. Notice that our title here is our title right here is centered. It's everything is in alphabetical order: B, C, D, E, G, A, L, and we have different types of sources. Not only do we have what looks like an article here in this top part, we also have looks like some sort of interview with President Bill Clinton. We have a website that was used, globalwarming.org. We have a movie, An Inconvenient Truth. So any source that you include in your presentation, whatever it is, whether it's a YouTube video or whatever, it does need to be cited. So please make sure that gets put into this page. If you would like to set up a header, it's really easy. All you have to do is double click up on the top. You're going to put in your last name, just like I'm doing right now, and you'll click here, this little icon that looks like a page with a hashtag on it, and that will automatically put a page in for you. And so any subsequent page will have page number is listed in numerical order. Again, if you need help on this, please let me know. I will gladly help you. But this example that you have is pretty much what you should have, what you should turn in with. Earlier, I had also mentioned that I'm going to show you how to use something called EasyBib. And the way that we do this is we go to all right, we're heading to EasyBib. And once we get to EasyBib, you will need to register because this is a program that the school pays for. But you can go to sign up and click sign up. And once you do that, it's going to ask you to create an account, and you can use or input all your information: first name, last name, email, coupon code. I'm going to give you a coupon code that you'll need to use so that you can use EasyBib for free. Alright, so I'm actually going to log in myself and create an account so you can see what you need to see. Whoops, let me fix my password there. And the great thing about EasyBib is that it makes it so you do not have to, and by the way, this is the coupon code Granite Bay 2012, all lowercase, one word, and EasyBib makes it really easy for you to cite your sources, and you don't have to do all the work that I used to have to. It pretty much does all the difficult work for you. So you're going to get to this page, and the first thing you want to do is go to New Project. And once you get to Create Project, you can title it Final Project Work Cited or something along those lines, and you want to select MLA 7 and then you hit create. So now you can go to this Final Works Cited project, click bibliography, and it's going to take you to a page where you can choose whether or not you're using a website or a book or a newspaper or a journal database. There's 59 options that you can pick, and it tells you here. You can even pull something from a cartoon or a comic or a federal bill or a newspaper article or even like a photograph. So let's just pretend we're using a website here, and you're not going to want to use Wikipedia, but I'm just going to show you an example. The problem with Wikipedia is that it's not a very reliable source since anyone can change it. You are better off using the sources that are on those websites that I gave you a tutorial for earlier. So say we use the Fourth Amendment from the Wikipedia. Oops. Fourth Amendment. Sorry, I'm trying to do things in my head as I talk to you. This is difficult. Okay, so if we go to the Fourth Amendment in Wikipedia, what we need to do is we need to take the website that we got it from and we go back to our EasyBib, and you just have to put in the link to the website and press cite it. And what will happen is EasyBib will get all the information it can for you and create your citation for you. Now you'll notice here it's going to need contributors, and with Wikipedia the problem with it is you don't know who the contributors are, so you're gonna have to skip that. But like I said, don't use Wikipedia. It's not a very strong source. We even have dates that it was published, date it was accessed, and then once you have all this information you go to the bottom and hit create citation, and you're going to be taken to this other page. Here is the citation. All you have to do is highlight this and copy it, and you do that by highlighting and right clicking, And in your Word document that you're going to create, um, you just have to copy and paste it and you are done, and it does all that for you. So using EasyBib is something I strongly suggest that you do. It's going to be worth your while and it will save you a lot of time. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to ask me in class. In your notes, please write down the pass or the coupon code for this. It's Granite Bay 2012. Write that down so you have access to it, and you should be good to go.